Yesterday, we launched a Sunday series called Renovation of the Heart. It's based on the book by Dallas Willard. It's about helping each other understand the reasons for and way of spiritual formation. In other words, how we become formed into the image of Christ. Over these next several weeks, we will look into another world. It's another way of living, a world that is open to anyone and beckons us to enter into it. Inside of this world, we see amazing promises to those who give their lives to this new world. Jesus said that those who drink of the water that I will give them will never again be thirsty. The water that I will give will become in them a spring of water, gushing up to eternal life. And then Paul said that we would know the love of Christ that surpasses knowledge, so that we may be filled with all the fullness of God. And then Peter, he said we would rejoice with an indescribable and glorious joy. Now, while I believe it is possible to experience all those promises, we often fail to immerse ourselves in them because that life is so unlike anything else we know. And the last thing we should do is work harder, try more, be better to achieve those promises. Instead, Jesus invites us to take up his burden. He said in Matthew 11, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I'm humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light." See, this is how Jesus describes spiritual formation. Let me teach you to rest. It's easy to bear. It's a light burden. That doesn't sound like the spiritual formation most of us have been taught. For most of us, I think it's been about working harder, sin less, do better. Those things are just not helpful. So these next few weeks will be an invitation to rest, to follow Jesus not on our own effort, but in his, to let him do the heavy lifting, but to invite him into the messiness of our lives and ask him to transform us more into the image of Christ.